Welcome to CX Monthly, a series that we host live for our clients every month featuring the Director of CX, Mr. Adam Elkins, highlighting new ways to leverage innovative AI technology and modern contact center solutions to engage with clients in whole new ways. If you know anything about Matrix, you know that we're all about delivering exceptional client experiences through innovative solutions made simple. There's nothing simple about the topics that you're going to see in these series, but I hope that you take away valuable concepts, actionable insights from each and every one of these sessions that you can apply to your business. Without further ado, the first session starts now.
Again, Adam Elkins, I'm the Director of CX at Matrix, and today I'd like to introduce the concept of left of ask versus right of ask and explore how it applies to CX and artificial intelligence. At the same time, artificial intelligence over the past couple of years has exploded, bringing an unprecedented wave of new tools into our space. So in fact, thinking back to when I started in 2005, there were around 20 to 30 companies in this space. Today, that number has grown to over 1,100 vendors, which brings both opportunity and complexity. This creates an opportunity to find a perfect match for your business needs, but also creates an even greater challenge for your business to navigate this landscape to find the right fit. So at the end of the day, my goal is to help you provide the best customer experience possible for your customers, your employees, and your leadership. And that's really my focus on how I think Matrix can help. And in doing so, it's very important to have a structure. And that's where the concept of the boom comes into play. So at Matrix, we train on cybersecurity. Even me over on the CX side of the house, one of the cybersecurity concepts that I was introduced to that I found very intriguing is left of boom versus right of boom, as defined by the NIST cybersecurity framework. So that's a government agency focused on promoting American innovation and industrial competitiveness, and they define this framework. So what is the boom? So I want you to understand this term. And to do so, it might be helpful to understand the origination of the term. So there's a lot of military focus on cybersecurity. And so these boom terms are originally US military terms where the boom is the detonation of an IED or improvised explosive device. So the left of boom activities focus on efforts to disrupt the ability of the attacker to create the boom. The right of boom activities focus on assessing and addressing the damage after the boom has occurred. So in short, you can't just build a wall and walk away. You have to prepare for when the attack happens. So the concept was then applied to cybersecurity in the same way where the left of boom focuses on efforts to disrupt the ability of the cybersecurity attacker, and the right of boom focuses on assessing and addressing the damage after the cybersecurity attack has occurred. So this, when I was learning about it, was a very new concept for me. And I loved it. I thought it was very practical, and it helped my re-education on cybersecurity. It really clicked for me when I heard about this. So as I was going through all this and thinking about the training, I was thinking, well, what about CX? Is there a boom in CX? And yes, there most certainly is. So what is the boom in CX? Let's take a look. So in CX, the ask is the boom. So here, the boom is not a security event. The boom is the ask. So the ask is the event. So we can use this framework in the same way with CX, even though we're changing the terminology and changing a few things. So what's different? First of all, it's different because this is not a detonation or a security attack. Let's please not think of the customer engagement as an attack. This is about enablement and not prevention. So what's the same? It's a match in that there is a pre-event and a post-event for each customer service request. The left of boom focuses on efforts to enable the ability of the customer to get their ask answered. The right of boom activities focus on assessing and addressing our ability to resolve that request after the interaction is complete. So we have got to prepare for all of the customer experiences that we can think of, any questions that they might ask. But after each customer experience, we're asking, how did we do? How can we use what we learned and new data to improve later customer experiences? Did we resolve things? Was that the best possible answer? Is this a new question we haven't heard before? So what CX trends are evolving from that? Because we know our customers are going to continue to ask questions and CX must evolve. So that's the core concept for left of boom versus right of boom in CX, and the concept that sets the foundation for the rest of the discussion today. So next, let's take a closer look at 4 practical CX process examples and introduce how artificial intelligence layers into these things. And this is going to help us prepare for and respond to the boom. So focusing on processes through the lens of this framework that we just introduced is important. We want to ask, how can artificial intelligence apply to the boom? So to help answer these questions, answer this question, let's focus on the process, which in our matrix, the processes are the workflows and procedures that govern customer interactions and issue resolution. So there's really four processes that you can typically see in CX. And these are all, by the way, very highly affected by artificial intelligence. So if you take a look at this bottom row, you'll see self-service interaction, agent interaction, self-service to agent interaction, and post-interaction analytics are the four processes. And the main point I want to make is that each of these processes can be influenced by AI. Traditionally, they're not, but we're seeing more and more tools that are affecting these processes using AI. So, and we'll talk about an example of one of those shortly. So within self-service, programmatic IVRs are being replaced by conversational AI. That's the first one. Agent interactions, the second one, that process is being improved with AI-based agent assist tools and AI-based coaching. The ability to do both, where you've got a call that starts off at self-service and then transitions over to an agent interaction, that's improved with the concept of human in the loop, where AI can bring in a human agent for high emotional, high stakes, or high value situations. And post-interaction analytics takes what we've learned from each of these left of boom interactions and helps us resolve, retain, and evolve our customer experience in the future. So historically, we've kind of stunk at the right of boom side of things. We've done poorly at this, at being able to resolve, retain, and evolve without involving a lot of people. And I remember when I first started at Interactive Intelligence, and there were so many great tools at Interactive. There was probably 15 different tools in that software suite, and there was only just a very few clunkers. And one of those was EFAC. And EFAC was frequently asked questions, and agents could use it to answer questions within sort of a Q&A database. And there was a huge amount of work to deploy this and keep it updated. So we would manually work with the customer and manually gather all the data and plug it into this EFAC database. And then we'd deploy it, and then they were off and running. But inevitably, the customer would come back a month later or 2 months later, and they'd say, our business has changed, and we need to update EFAC, and then start over that very, very arduous process. And there was a whole lot of labor that went along with it. And ultimately, that just couldn't be sustained. So that's a really important thing to think about historically, and that's where some of these AI tools can really assist with. So let's take a look at one of these examples of modern AI self-service. So remember in 2019, just 6 years ago, we had a 9% success rate for self-service, according to Gartner. For all of the focus in the CX industry up to that point, 6 years ago, that was the best that we could do, 9%. So now that's all changed. AI makes building these call flows no longer programmatic. It is intent driven, which makes it orders of magnitude more manageable and responsive. So AI intent is the key, and that allows a computer to listen, interpret, confirm, and then act. And I'll play this example of self-service. And as you listen, take note of the AI bot, the male voice, the understanding of intent throughout. And I'll go ahead and start the example.
Hi, thanks for calling Augusta Lawn Care. This is Max. How can I help you today?
Hi, Max. How are you?
I'm doing just fine. How can I help?
So my grass is getting a little bit long in the backyard, and I was wondering how much it would cost to have you come out and cut it.
Sure, I'll just need to get some information from you first, and then we'll get a quote over to you within the next couple days. Does that sound okay?
It's a little bit urgent. Do you think you could come quicker than that?
No problem. I can expedite this. Can I just get your full name?
Yeah, it's Kylie Berman.
Got it. We'll also need a number to send a text to. Is the one you're calling from okay?
Sure.
Okay. I'm going to need to take your address as well. Can you tell me your zip code?
Yeah, it's 10001.
And what's the first line of your address?
Um, uh, 10016 Hall Road.
Okay, so I've got you down for mowing and a property cleanup. Do you need anything else? Landscaping, fertilization, or installations or anything?
I don't think so.
Sure. I just need a bit more information on the property so we can get the most accurate estimate back to you. Do you have a sprinkler system?
Yeah.
Okay, and any pets with access to the lawn?
There's a small dog.
Just making note of that now. Okay, and do you have a backyard gate?
No, but there's a fence.
Perfect. Anything else you think we need to be aware of?
No, I just think that if you could come on a Wednesday, that would be the most convenient.
Okay. Amazing. That's all we need for now then. I'll send that text over to you in just a minute, and then someone will be in touch with an estimate as soon as they can. Anything else I can do for you?
No, I think that's it.
Okay. Thanks for calling Augusta Lawn Care, and have a great day. Bye now.
The thing I love about this example is that the man's voice, the AI, was completely generative, completely AI generated, and it can effectively interpret and respond to customer intent throughout. Especially like the part where he says, sure, okay. And you have that sort of progress indicator, very human aspect of that built into the responses. So this is just one example of many. The reason I bring up that example now is because so much has changed, and I want to just make sure everybody is aware of the capabilities of conversational AI today. And that's, again, what allows the computer to listen, interpret, confirm, and act. And that part that 6 years ago, the interpretation was missing. And that's why AI has changed so much over the past 6 years. It truly is a game changer. So this interpretation layer is what allows the voice to be natural, friendly, more human, while at the same time still focused and responsive to the caller and even upsell in these opportunities. So what's it actually doing? So it's interpreting data quickly and iteratively. And the key to it is the scale. So AI can listen and interpret and sift through quite a large amount of data quickly, or on individual calls, it can do so quickly and responsively, and do so in an accurate manner. So as we'll see, it also helps to iterate the whole learning process that much more quickly. So it also takes some of these mundane activities and removes them from the picture, so you don't have to have a person managing all of these things. And so when you think about this in terms of the left of boom and the right of boom, we can respond and iterate at a much quicker rate. So why is all of this different? In many ways, this type of AI functionality can help fulfill what that old EFAC example could not do because of its ability to respond and change at a much quicker rate. So when we look at this, when it comes down to it, what really matters is how self-sufficient your self-service in this example is. And so when we're talking about self-service and the AI tools for self-service, this is called containment. How many calls did we solve using self-service? So effective containment means that regardless of the use case or type of call, whether that's lawn service or a table booking in a restaurant or scheduling, we can start to resolve self-service calls at a dramatically higher rate. And if we can't, at least we get it routed to the right person that much more easily, because now we're better interpreting the intent of the caller as well. So when we think about the boom, back to the point of the boom, conversational AI greatly impacts the ability to resolve calls. And from reports like you see here, which you also get with some of these platforms, not only can we see what we contained, what we were able to answer with self-service, but we can also see what we didn't contain. And those are the items that we need to improve. So what does that mean? For you, as our customer, that means cost savings, which we want to explore next. So in that self-service interaction, that's a great source of cost savings, but there's really two other broad areas that we can focus on enabling you with artificial intelligence. So the first one that we've been talking about, conversational AI, we're focused on improving self-service ability to understand, engage, resolve, and contain. And if we can do that, we can decrease the cost of the call overall. And I'm taking some of these metrics from Gartner as well as ICMI. In this case, we're decreasing the call from an average of $8 per call handled by an agent to $1.50 per call or less, depending on the complexity of the call and some other factors. So that's a huge amount of savings if we can contain those calls using conversational AI. With AI agent tools, which we haven't talked about, and we'll talk about it in later sessions, we're listening and coaching in real time, focusing on improving the agent ability to understand, engage, and resolve. That's going to also shorten the length of the agent call and also improve the opportunity for upsells as well. So here we can decrease the cost of the call from about $8 per call to about $6 or maybe even less. And we're also adding in that opportunity for an upsell. And the third column, AI optimization. So we're talking about analytics tools, monitoring the full engagement and then spotting trends to help improve resolution, improve your knowledge base, and improve overall operations based on these trends that we see. So that can potentially decrease staffing costs by 10% plus. And also we can improve operational efficiency, spotting trends, understanding where the business might need to move next. So these are general examples based on industry numbers. Part of what we can do at Matrix is provide a more specific return on investment for your business based on your specific use cases.